Hi, my name is Ashley Forsyth, and I'm the owner of Health and Fitness Meals in Salt Lake City, Utah. And I'm interviewing Dusti Shepherd today. Hi, Dusti.
Hi.
And what Dusti does is she owns Dusti K Makeup. I'm going to put your name up on the screen for everybody to see. First. She owns Dusti K Makeup, and it's a business that you started on your own. And you basically, your platform that you run through is YouTube. So you've got multiple YouTube channels, and your largest YouTube channel has over 265 million views. And you do other social media like Facebook and Instagram. But right now you're kind of running your business, and you're getting to work with your husband and your kids. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. And why don't you tell us a little bit about, what you do and what kind of got you passionate about doing makeup and what pushed you to starting your own business?
Okay. I started it because I was working at Nordstrom in retail for a long time before I got started. And my boss that I had worked for before my son was born, she moved to makeup. And when I went back to my job, she offered me a job in makeup. And so I had never been into makeup growing up or anything. And so it was kind of like, okay, I'll try it out. And I ended up really loving it. And so then from there, I kind of morphed that into Dusti K Makeup, and I started doing clients and wedding clients and stuff. And then it sort of there because I had a lot of clients asking me for classes or whatever, and I only had so much time to do everything. And so I was like, well, maybe I could make YouTube videos and just show people how to do it on YouTube. And so I started doing that, and I was pretty inconsistent, and I had multiple jobs on top of it. But then one day my daughter, who was 5 or 6 at the time, wanted to start doing her own channel. And she's like, Mommy, I want to film. And so we set up the camera for her and filmed a couple of videos. And then back in December 2016, one of her videos just took off, and it just kind of became this viral video that we were just shocked that it even did that. I mean, when it hit 1 million views, we were like, what? 1 million people have watched her video. And so then so we just decided, okay, well, let's build up, make more videos. And we started just doing videos every week of her just dressing up and playing kind of doing face paint and makeup as Disney princesses or whatever. And then ever since then, it's just grown into this huge thing. And now we have a channel for my son that we do, and we do other social media like Instagram. And yeah, that's what I do. I get to play with my kids on YouTube all day.
That's so awesome. So I just want to kind of give people a little bit of background on you. So I actually know Dusti. I know her because we went to high school together. Mm-hmm. And let's see, you had a background in, you were voted, actually, I want to say this to everybody. Dusti was actually voted. She was voted most likely to be a movie star in our class superlatives. And I only remember that because I just looked through our yearbook just recently. And I was like, oh, that's so funny, because you are, you're YouTube
kind of, yeah,
video star, right? But you actually you were doing kind of commercials and acting, right?
Yeah, I originally wanted to go to school to become an actress, and I wanted to be a movie star, and I also wanted to be a director and make my own films. So when I went to college, that's what I went to school for, film and theater. And so it kind of, I'm able to use that now for YouTube, which is awesome. But that's about that.
Yeah, but so that's great. So you were used to being behind the camera, and then you have all this experience with theatrical makeup and camera makeup, and what you do specifically with your kid is character makeup, right? It's so fun. I love the videos. I've seen them. They're so cute. But I think what was I going to say specifically? So tell me a little bit about what you were telling me earlier today. So what you did for work before this, and how you made the transition, because I think for a lot of people it's scary. It's scary to be and now I'm going to work for myself, and hopefully that'll make the income that I need to make. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's something that is pretty scary at first. Before this, I was working in retail, and my husband and I, when we first got married, we got married really young. Like, I was 19 when I got married, and we made some mistakes financially when we first got married that kind of got us into this debt hole that for literally 8 years we were trying to get out of. And it was like a constant battle of trying to live paycheck to paycheck and have all these different jobs. I mean, I was working 5 jobs at one point, little odds and end weird oddball jobs. And, and then I got into retail, and then I started doing the makeup, and I just thought, I would really like to be able to be home with my kids more. And so that's when I started Dusti Makeup, because I wanted to have more of a flexible schedule. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to be able to be there for my kids and be able to watch them grow up. And so, so I didn't jump full in at the beginning. I was working during the week, and then most of my makeup clients, bridal clients, they get married on the weekend. So I was doing that on the weekend, and then it grew to be where I was able to do that full time and supplement that full time. So I started doing that, and then when the YouTube thing, when it morphed into YouTube, that's when I was working the 5 jobs, and I just slowly okay, I'm making enough money to cut off this one. Okay, I'm making enough to cut off this one. And so for me, it was I tried to gradually do it so that my family didn't suffer in the process. But then, it kind of became a point in time where it was just okay, I've got to either go full into this and give it my all and actually give this a shot, or not do it at all, because it just became too much. And so I think there's always a fear when you're trying to start a business. But I think, I love that quote, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And so that always stuck out to me, that I was you know what? If I fail, then it can't be much worse than, struggling the way we have for so long. But if we succeed in this, it could be something really great. And so I think that's when I decided that I was okay, I'm going to quit all my jobs. And luckily I have an amazing husband that was so supportive and just yeah, do what you got to do. If this is something you're passionate about, then do it. And so I was okay, I'm going to do it. And so I came up with a business plan, and I first took out a $5,000 loan to make sure I could get all my equipment and get everything. And I was hey, in 6 months, I'm going to pay this off, and I'm just going to grow this business. And I ended up growing it a lot faster than I ever imagined. But, I think everybody has that fear of the unknown, you don't know. But I think it's looking back, if I never would have done that, it just would have been crazy. And so I think it's just going for it and realizing that if it doesn't work out, then you'll just figure something else out,
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm so excited to hear. I was so excited to hear about your success, and I think that's so awesome for you to tell your story about how you got started, because I think everybody's teetering on that end of, this is what I want, but this is what I'm afraid to do. And you talked about how you didn't expect it to grow that fast, which leads me into my specific question that I wanted to talk with you about, because I know that you literally had a video that went viral, and then you got high demands, your business is crazy. I want to talk about specifically exponential growth and the demands of your business, and what you do to meet them. When is it beneficial to branch off and use other partners and subcontract people? Because everybody, when they start a business, pretty much does everything themselves. So talk to me about that.
Yeah, so I was trying to do everything by myself, and literally for a year. What's involved with YouTube? So many people just think oh, you just film videos and you just put them on YouTube, but there was so much work involved with it. It's the filming, the editing, which editing would take per video for me between 5 to 10 hours per video. And I was trying to put 2 out a week on top of filming, which would take around 2 to 3 hours to film, plus coming up with the production side of it, coming up with the concepts, ordering costumes. And then when our business started growing, there was also the business aspect of it. We started getting emails from businesses that wanted to work with us, and having to go through contracts, and just all this stuff started piling up. And I was I can't do this by myself. And so I told my husband, I was we need to work together. Like, we've always wanted to do that, wanted to start our own business. And it came to a point where I actually had a YouTube colleague once put it in a term of like a bottle, you call it bottlenecking, where it's like stuff just builds up and you're like the bottleneck and you can only do so much. And so if you want to expand your business, you're going to have to let other people take it on, because it's just going to build and build and build, and it can't come out because you're only one person. And so then my husband was able to quit his job, and it's almost been a year since he was able to quit his job. And so we started working full time together, and then he started taking on the business side of things because he had a business degree, and so he does all that stuff, which I hate doing. And then I do all the like creative different things. And so, but then even as we've started working together, we realized, hey, we're only two people. Like, now if we want to grow even more, we're going to have to hire like an editor. And so we have an editor now that edits all of our videos. And at first that was really hard for me to relinquish, because I was like, no, this is my baby. And I realized about myself that I'm kind of a micromanager and like, I like to do everything myself, because then I think, oh, it'll get done right. But I think I was nervous about that at first. But then when we hired our editor, having so much more time to then focus on how to grow it even more. And so it's like, I was afraid that, oh, we're going to be paying her so much money, like this is going to hurt the business. But it actually had the opposite effect. Like, it opened up my time so much more to focus on other things, that we've been able to make money in other ways. And so I think that is a key part of business, is to be able to realize when you're at that point and be able to, hire good people. And then that just opens up your time to be doing more important things that you should be doing to grow the business. So
I 100% agree. I can't say enough like how scary it is every time you've got to hire somebody, every time you've got to put your money into something and you're like, oh, is there room in the budget for this? Is there, like, if I'm not doing this, will it get done the way that it's supposed to get done? And every single time I've hired somebody for growth, the business has come and filled itself, and it's taken care of itself. And it's given me more time, because it gives you more time to focus on the growth. And I think that's really awesome.
Yeah.
So let me see, what was our next thing we were going to talk about? If you had one piece of advice from your experience to take away for women who are looking to get started or hesitant to get started with something that they're passionate about, what would it be?
I think things. One is to never give up on your dreams, as cliche as that sounds. And then two is to work hard at it, because I think a lot of times, just people in general today, but especially women, we're kind of afraid sometimes to make that leap and believe in ourselves. There were so many times when we were struggling financially where I literally hit rock bottom, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I don't know my path in life. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. But I always had that dream still, and I was like, no, I've always loved film, and I know that I can create something, and I have the power. I think that's the main thing to remember, is that we, or just people in general, have the power to create whatever we want to create. And so really believing in that, and then, not only believing in yourself, and being willing to do work, because any business owner will tell you it is hard work, especially like you were saying at the beginning when you're starting a business, like you're doing everything, And so if you're not willing to put in that effort, you're never going to be successful. And so I think, really always keeping in mind what you want and keeping that dream alive, no matter, you're going to get naysayers. Like, I can't tell you how many times people looked at me like, you want to do YouTube? Like, that's kind of weird, And I was like, no, like, keep making money at this. And if I can get my hand in this, like, why wouldn't I? And so there's always going to be those obstacles, but just like keeping your focus and then just going for it and working hard, I think is just like my biggest advice.
All right, so finally I want it to be kind of like an advice column portion. I want to talk about what I think you specialize generally. Obviously it's makeup, but I mean generally that all people, women in business or people in business can learn and take from. I want you to talk to me about specifically about YouTube, because it's a platform that a lot of the women I'm interviewing like use it, maybe not to the level that you do. And I just barely decided to start utilizing YouTube. So like, even if you're not trying to make it a channel and make your money out of YouTube, how do you get into it? What types of equipment you use, and how you can use it to link and use it to promote and everything.
Yeah, I think the reason why it's so popular is because people love to connect with video, and that is kind of the wave that social media is going towards. You look at Facebook, they just launched their video platform. Instagram just launched Instagram TV, which is basically their form of like a YouTube channel platform, video platform. But people love to watch videos, and so I think for anybody that's trying to start it, like it's such a great thing to jump into, and there's so many different avenues, you know, with Instagram or Facebook or anywhere that any video platform is, you know, just skyrocketing right now. But with specifically with YouTube, you know, there's definitely things that you'd have to get to be able to start. And one of the things that I did was I actually follow some YouTubers that teach you exactly what to do on YouTube. And I learned a ton from that, you know, just searching your craft, learning your craft, you know. And so they talked about like how to grow on YouTube, what equipment you need to use, all these different things. And so I think learning it is a huge thing, because I don't think people really realize like what all goes into it. But like, but then, you know, for the actual stuff that we use, you know, we use a Canon 70D, but when we first started, we used a pretty cheap camera. It was like a Canon T7i, I think it was. So just getting like a good DSLR camera, and depending on what kind of videos you're doing, there's so many different things you can do on YouTube. But you know, getting the right equipment, and then if you're going to be editing the videos yourself, I always recommend to people like iMovie. It is so user friendly and super easy to use. So if you're first starting out, you can do use iMovie and kind of build it from there if you want. But those are kind of the main things for the camera, and then you just need to learn how to post it on YouTube, and it can go from there.
Yeah, I just started, well, I guess I already had a YouTube channel. I just didn't realize it was just connected through Google or something. So I got on there, and I was like, felt so intimidated, because I was like, oh, and I'm old and I'm trying to figure out how to do this technology and upload movies. And I got my first lighting set, and I'm just doing videos right off of my phone and like laptop, which I think most people do that starting off.
iPhones now film in 4K, you know, it's like, why not? I know so many people that just use their phones.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're like, the sky's the limit with it. That's what's so cool, is that you can use a phone, you know, and it's just, it doesn't have to be like perfect production quality, you know, to get started anyway. But
well, I wanted to say that, so even if we're not trying to like create a YouTube channel and build a YouTube following, YouTube's a great base for uploading your videos and having like, if you're going to embed them into your website for any advertisement, it's a really great place to do that for. So even if that's the least of what you're doing, and you've got a source that you're not going to lose, your hard drive's not going to crash, you're not going to lose all of your marketing material, I think that's probably what mostly any business owner can utilize YouTube for.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing is actually this is the largest search engine, and Google actually owns YouTube. But so if you ever like Google something and you can't find it, or say you're wanting to learn how to change the oil in your car or something, what do? You Google it, and then it shows up as a YouTube video. And so many people are visual learners to do it, and so, you know, Google and YouTube, like if you're putting your stuff out there and people are searching for that and they can find you, then you can use it for so many different businesses, and to show like what your business does, how your business works, or, you know, it's such a great marketing tool.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you so much about that. I think that that's all the questions that I had for you specifically today, but I did want to create this community where women can reach out to other women and ask questions. If people reach out to you at Dusty K and message you, do you feel like are you going to be able to help people out with their YouTube questions and be a resource for them?
Yeah. DustyKmakeup@gmail is my email, and I'm always more than happy to, help other people that are wanting to start. I try to always give advice to people that are looking to do it because, when I was first starting, I wish I would have had somebody to ask those kind of questions to. And so, yeah, I'm always open to helping the next one in line because it's a passion. So definitely.
All right, I'm going to put your email address up really fast. All right, so people can see that. Now you get to ask me a question, any question that you'd like, and I am going to be on the spot. I have no idea what they're going to ask me, and I can answer it.
Awesome. Well, I kind of have two questions. As long as I've known you and, since high school, you've always been like such an outgoing person and always like so kind and nice to everybody. But I kind of want to know like what drove you to like empower women specifically. Like what has been your mission and your drive?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, truthfully, I'm a little bit of a feminist.
Mm-hmm.
And truthfully, I like women a lot better. Not better. I get along with women so well. I think women are such givers, and it's always been so easy for me to connect and have lots of really great beneficial relationships with other women. I mean, sociology, like you learn that like your relationships that you have with other women as a female is the thing that's going to contribute the most to the quality of your life.
Mm-hmm.
But what they say for men is the thing that's going to contribute most to your quality of life is if you marry, if you get married to a woman. So like women are givers. We give in every aspect of our relationship. We fill up, our children, our husbands, our significant others, and then we turn around and we're empty and we get filled up by our other female friends. And so I just think that, we're so capable and, really just like growing as far as like business leaders and everything. And I just love women and I want to empower them. I want us to build better relationships together. And I want women to be positive to other women more than I want them to be negative. Like, I just think that it's such a bad rap that women are taught to compete with each other, like physically. Like, am I prettier than her? Like, am I, not even as smart, like that's not even like the major thing, although that would be better. But like, people are like, I want this guy's attention over that girl, him giving her attention. And that's what we're taught to like kind of treat or feel about other women. And I don't agree with it. I don't think that complimenting other women makes you less pretty. I don't think that recognizing what other women have going for them makes you any less. I think that it makes us more. And so, I don't know. That's why I like it.
And this is kind of my question. So like, you have like a hero that you like model that around, like somebody that you look up to or somebody that has kind of like, I don't know, sparked what you do and why you do it? Like a role model.
I've always been really bad about role models. I've never even really been the person to be like, oh, like the celebrities I look up to, or like, I don't know, like I've never really had that or been like fan mode type of person. I really like to try to create like what I want to be in myself. But generally speaking, I have a really, really, really great set of friends, and they're all good role models. Half of the people I'm going to be interviewing are their own boss ladies. They own their own businesses. They're great examples of themselves. And the ones that don't, that are my friends, are like PAs, dentists, lawyers, like really, really outstanding women who do a lot. I've got friends who are single moms, and it's just, I just feel like women are so capable of anything. And generally speaking, I model myself off of my friends and the people that I surround myself with.
No, I love it.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Dusty. I've really loved talking to you. I'm probably going to be hitting you up with my YouTube stuff as I get going on this. But I just you cut out. What did you say?
I said yes. Questions whenever.
Good. I definitely will, and I super love what you're doing, and congratulations on all your success. And I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Bye, Dusty. Have a good day.